the end of the day, there is no way the Cowboys are drafting an off-ball linebacker at 12. No
They
way.
did though. They did though 4 years ago.
Yeah, stop, man. Stop, John. Stop.
I hate everybody acting like that. They to be this pass rusher when they did it. I vividly remember this because this was during the COVID year. Yeah. Because I remember we had to wear these masks. I remember talking to Jerry in this walk-off after that first round ended, and Jerry kind of mentioning at the very end when we were about to walk away, he goes, well, but I mean, we think he's got some pass rush too. I'm like, we just got done with an entire press conference, another 10, 15 minutes of a walk-off, and he added at the end when I specifically asked him about it. So it was, that was going to be part of it. So I've always believed that they thought he could be like 6-7 sack guy with being off the ball linebacker with it. But then he ended up being just such a monster. They were like, we would be idiots to put him anywhere but there. And to be honest with you, do you think that he really changed that much? Like, why wasn't he doing that at Penn State? Because if he's just rushing off the edge at Penn State, opposite of like Jason Oweh, there's no chance that guy goes outside the top 5. Like, it is amazing that like
he didn't play the year before, remember? So
no, he did, but I'm saying the year before that, like when he was an off-ball linebacker there. Now again, they did see some pass rush, so I will give him that. So yes, they will not take a traditional off-the-ball linebacker at 12. I will say that. No, hey, real quick, you did skip over. There was that one question about the safety that someone had.
Oh yeah, I want to. Yeah,
I just want to throw in real quick because that was asked that Eberflus was pretty high about the safeties actually today.
I was about to add to that. Go ahead, John.
I was kind of surprised because we had this assignment last week where it's like, again, this is in the offseason. We do like every writer does for the team that they cover. And it was who could potentially be a cap casualty for the Cowboys. And I'm looking at the roster and I'm just like, there's not really any obvious ones. Some people will say Terrence Steele, but I just don't see that being the case because
Damone Clark.
They wouldn't save anything major. But see, that's the thing you battle with is how much money will you save? Damone Clark really doesn't make much. And so I actually looked at the safety position because I was like, well, Donovan Wilson's 30, or he might, he just turned 30, I think maybe the last few days. And then Malik Hooker is 29. So I'm like, well, I think with one of them, I think it was with Donovan Wilson is the one I picked because you've saved like $5 or $6 million against the cap. But I just don't think that either one of them plays at a level that they'd want to get rid of them for that price. I think that the Cowboys still like those guys. Now, maybe Eberflus was lying today, and maybe we'll see that whatever, but it does seem like that they at least have an initial plan to maybe continue doing and keeping the safeties that they have right now. So
I have thoughts.
I
saw that question.
With your thoughts, let me ask you this. How mad would you be if they took a safety at 12?
Oh, there's no way they're doing that. And
it better be Starks.
There's no way. Well, it could be Malachi Starks, but they better not do that. I was just looking at everything concerning the safeties and stuff, like different guys that might get cut and upcoming free agents. I saw someone ask that question, and looking at the upcoming free agents, man, you might be better off just sticking with Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker. Because outside of some of the younger guys like a Trevon Moehrig, who's going to get a bigger contract, Talanoa Hufanga is a name maybe you can look out for. But outside of that, bro, you're not really looking at anybody that's giving you that much of an upgrade over what you have with Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker. I mean, even with Trevon Moehrig, yes, he had a better season than our safeties had, but it's not by much. It's not by much, and I think a lot of that does have to do with what the guys were being asked to do last season as well. So, and I've been telling y'all, Malik Hooker has already played for Matt Eberflus. I've been telling y'all. So that's part of it.
What round did Brian Branch went? With
first round. You remember?
No,
hold on.
Brian Branch?
First round.
No, he was second round.
Didn't they have they traded up for Gibbs, and I think let me look that up.
No, then they took Jack Campbell with their other first-round pick. No, Branch was definitely not first round.
Okay,
Branch was one of those guys that it was like
John's a Lions guy.
Yeah, when you look at the bottom, I'll always remember Brian Branch and Amon St. Brown because the reason why I say it is because they were the ones on the bottom of the screen. If you're watching the draft on ESPN, where it just seems like for hours it doesn't change, where it says number 1 best available player. You know, you're in the second round and there's these first-round grades. Branch was like that. Amon Brown was like that too. So I always laugh when people are like, yeah, look, they found these diamonds in the rough. I'm like, literally Mel Kiper was yelling for 3 hours that this is the best player available. Like, but the reason I said the thing about the safety at 12 is because that is unquestionably the biggest surprise for me at 12 would be a safety. And I say that because as Will McClay's time running the Cowboys, or the personnel side at least, safety and defensive tackle have been the two spots that they have just not invested heavily in. So I just cannot see a world where they would swing so far to where they're like, no, we value safety now, where we would take one at 12. I just can't see that happening.